Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Tower. So again, Tournament Day, we're going to be doing some playtesting. This set of battle conditions seems terrible. I think with the enemy speed, fast enemies are going to move fast, and then we have fast ultimate, and then fast enemies are just now going to buff all nearby enemies to match their speed. So I presume enemies are going to be moving very fast. They are also going to be attacking very fast, so I don't presume we would survive for very long. So I guess the Galaxy Compressor build is probably not going to be very useful because it doesn't slow the bosses down. So I think Project Funding is going to perform a lot better today. But here is what I would like to do for today's set of playtesting. So I'm going to be comparing two armor modules. The first one would be the standard anti-cube portal. So the idea is that we just dish out as much damage to kill the bosses as quickly as possible. And the second one is where I use Space Displacer, and so these are the stats on my Space Displacer. It's not the best, but it has very similar stats to the anti-cube portal. And so the idea with the Space Displacer that I have is, since the landmines are going to form a ring around my tower, then potentially any fast enemies or even boss enemies, as they are entering my tower range, they will possibly get stunned by multiple inner landmines. So that would give me a bit more time to dish out more damage on the boss, and potentially that allows me to control the boss a bit better and survive a bit longer. So I'm not sure which would actually be better. Potentially it might be the case that anti-cube portal is just still going to be more optimal, but I think this would be an interesting set of battle conditions to test out whether or not the added crowd control from inner landmines would be useful. So if I remember correctly, these landmines, they would move around the tower, but I don't think it's buffed by your inner landmine rotation speed. I could be wrong about this, but when I was using this armor module, I remembered that the ring tends to move quite slowly. It does move, it just doesn't move as fast as my inner landmines near the tower. So we shall see how it goes. And yeah, hopefully this would be interesting. So in terms of my upgrades over the past few days, here is what I have done. So mainly I was focusing on getting my swamp radius a little bit higher, and I've got a couple of levels into Amplify. I started working on Swamp Ren and got my shockwave size a little bit larger as well. So I've definitely still got a lot more room for Poison Swamp upgrades in terms of the labs. And let me just max this out, since we would eventually be reducing the enemy's effect by 8% instead of 6%. So let's get this up. 15 Q for the next one. Okay, so I'll get that up soon. In the meantime, probably what I would do is what should I put in? Oh, this is always the question. I guess I can put inner mind speed and just work towards maxing this out. And right, so in terms of my overall enhancements, nothing much has changed. I got a couple of levels into attack speed. I think 2 levels into attack speed. Defense enhancements, nothing has changed from before. And utility enhancements, I have put I think a level or two into coin bonus, and 1 level into enemy level skip plus. In terms of my tournament cards, these are the cards that I'm running. Nothing would be changed from before. And in terms of my modules, these are the modules that I'll be running. So, right, let me just check that my range is maxed out. Yeah, so range is maxed out. And I guess we can proceed with the first set of playtesting. Oh yes, before I begin, so I've actually, I got a bit itchy and I went to get myself a couple of stone packs. I think I got 2 packs, and so now I've got permanent uptime on my poison swamp. I'm very excited to I guess get this cooldown maxed and maybe a couple more seconds of duration, and then work on my damage from here. Okay, so for the first run, I'm going to be using the Space Displacer. And hopefully now that I'm joining a bit early in the tournament, I would be able to get the video out earlier. But I seriously hope that the bracket is not too tough. Well, we never know until we start, so we might as well just start. Okay, in the tournament, what I'm going to do is, after about wave 3 to 400, I'll probably reduce the game speed down to 2.5 for both runs. Just because I think with the fast ultimate and increased enemy speed, enemies are going to be moving very quickly. So what I heard is that it would be good to reduce the game speed slightly. So under this build with the Space Displacer, the idea is that I would have quite a lot of inner mines piling up around my tower that should hopefully provide an added source of stun for the bosses. I do need to enable my poison swamp stun. And yeah, I think the inner mines don't move as fast as your inner mine rotation lab. So if you have a look at my inner mines, they are rotating faster than the ring outside. But hopefully this would give me even an added second or 2 of stuns. Potentially might allow for my smart missiles to come out, which might extend the run duration slightly. So we shall see how that goes. In terms of target priority for this set of conditions, range definitely up top, fast is going to be up top as well, and then I guess protector and boss after. Right, so I presume this is what I'll be running with for today's battle conditions. Okay, we are here at wave 500, so as mentioned, I will lower the speed down to 2.5. Hopefully that gives my tower a bit more time to react. As of now, I'm still not having an issue with the bosses, but we know that the difficulty sort of ramps up towards the end of the tournament. So I'm choosing to keep my range for my orbs right at its minimum. Hopefully that would allow me to have a bit of boss hits when the bosses touch the inner mine and they get stunned. Okay, it's wave 1070. The boss has just procced my Berserker. So one thing that I'm really liking about this particular setup is I have the possibility to stun the boss with my Poison Swamp, which sort of holds the boss at my orb line. And there is Energy Net as well. And on top of that, there is the Inner Mind Stun. So I think it's definitely giving me a lot more controls over the boss as compared to the Anti-Cube Portal variant. It is wave 1220. I have finally taken the first stack of my energy shield, and so far it seems like, aside from just not dealing enough damage, the Ring of Mines is really pretty good. I would say it's like holding the boss back. And that's allowing me to I guess get more smart missile activations, and just more time to do damage to the boss. And I think that this is quite a nice counter to just having the overall higher speed from the enemies this particular tournament. Whether it's better than Anti-Cube Portal, I'm not sure. With the Anti-Cube Portal, assuming that I'm doing 25 times more damage to the boss, it might be the case that even at this wave, I'm not taking any damage. But we'll see how it goes in the next run. Okay, it's wave 1330. Second wind has just procced. As you can see, I've got not many inner mines left. Due to the crowding of the enemies, it takes some travel time for the enemies to move, for the mines to move towards my tower and form that ring. But since I'm not able to clear the enemies very quickly now, the ring is gone. Right, Demon Mode has just procced. It's wave 1350, so I presume we would be dead in about 100 waves or so. Now that Demon Mode has procced, because my damage is higher, I'm clearing the enemies, so the Ring of Mines has sort of had some time to rebuild itself. Maybe this is a good sign. We shall see. Right, 1460, Nuke has just popped. So I think the controls overall with this setup is really good. It's just that I'm not dealing enough damage for the boss. And there goes the run. So 1470 waves, and oh my goodness, currently at rank 5. This is going to be tough, guys. Okay, let's have a look at the people up at the top. Yeah, tier 18 wave 4000, tier 18 wave 5000, tier 18 1200, tier 18 321. Now definitely these guys can push a lot further. But okay, so that was the first run. Let's go ahead with the second run now. Right, for the second run, we are going to go with the Anti-Cube Portal. Everything else stays the same. So I wonder if, hopefully the Anti-Cube Portal actually performs better, and at the very least, let me get position 4 so that I get that extra 25 stones and 100 gems and 5 keys. Okay, let's see how we go from here. So I'll put the speed back up at 5, and we reduce the speed somewhere later on in the run. Okay, it's wave 200. Enemy health level skip is maxed out. Immediately, because I no longer have that Ring of Mines, my tower looks a lot more naked than before. But hopefully the Anti-Cube Portal with the added damage is going to allow me to push for that extra 50-60 waves or so. No, it seems like starting the tournament earlier is actually more difficult. So I'm not sure. I guess it's really just based on luck, but I presume if you are having a tower that is very well developed, then when the tournament comes out, you wouldn't mind. When you join the tournament, you would just join it whenever. But if you have a more underdeveloped tower, then there might be some strategy where you potentially let the stronger players enter the tournaments first and try to enter the tournaments towards the end. I know a couple of people that are doing this strategy where they enter right at the end of the tournaments. I personally have not tested it before, just because I have trouble waking up in the morning, and when the tournament ends, it's typically quite early for me in the morning, so I don't want to risk missing an entire tournament for potentially a higher rank. Okay, it's wave 700. I sort of forgot to slow down the speed, so I'll have to slow it down now. Let's put it at 2.5 and we'll see how we go. Oops, sorry, my labs have just came off cooldown. I have to put them up. So I think I should be able to get all 5 labs at 5 times speed, and every few days I should be able to get one at 6 times. Okay, it's wave 1250. I've finally taken a hit on my energy shield, so it wouldn't be long now before I pop my demon mode and whatnot. The way things are looking, I suspect, I don't want to jinx it by saying it too soon, but I suspect that the performance is going to be very similar to before. Maybe I might be able to get the extra 10 or 20 waves with this current build, just because I'm having more damage on the boss. Okay, we are at wave 1400 and second wind has just popped. I think that came from a ranged enemy, to be honest. But the way things are going, I think overall the Space Displacer build is still going to be performing worse than the Anti-Cube Portal. I've still got my Demon mode, which hasn't activated yet. So let's have a look at the rankings at this stage. With some luck, I think I would be able to get 4th place, but it's going to be a very close call. Alright, Demon mode has just popped. I really like this auto demon mode. It's basically dragging out my run by such a long time, and this is only possible with the Intro Sprint Mastery and the auto demon mode. So definitely I'm going to be overtaking the person in front of me. Whether he eventually makes a comeback, that's a different story, but at the very least, I think we can conclude that the Anti-Cube Portal still fares better than the Space Displacer. Not by much though, it's a very marginal increase. Potentially, the more I invest into percent enemy damage, then having the added control would be better. So look at that, I'm still at rank 5. These are my overall stats. Real time 26 minutes for the tournament. I really dislike having to slow down my game speed. I'm not sure how much additional waves I've gotten because of the game speed. I guess that would be a good test for a future day. So in terms of the overall damage, we can see Smart Missiles, clearly it's performing a lot worse nowadays, but my Chain Lightning damage is pretty good. Swamp damage is also pretty decent, considering that my Swamp is still quite underdeveloped in terms of its radius. Having the permanent Swamp, I think, would be something that I should be working towards. More than one Swamp available should be something that I'm working towards. And if we have a look at the overall profile, I think nothing much has changed across the 2 rounds. So yeah, so I guess what we can conclude from this set of playtesting, oh there we go, I overtook him by 10 waves. This is very iffy, right? Ryosuke can probably just do another run and, you know, potentially overtake me. Let's hope he doesn't, and that would allow me to stay in rank 4 and get this extra 100 gems and 25 stones and 5 keys. Alright, so in conclusion, for today's set of playtesting, we compared the tournament performance using Space Displacer, which offers more controls, and Anti-Cube Portal, which offers more damage. For my case, the Anti-Cube Portal performed about 50 waves better than the Space Displacer build, but I think there is a very big caveat to make. In today's set of battle conditions, enemy speed and fast ultimate is going to make enemies move a lot faster, and as a result of that, I think for anyone who does not have maybe a fully developed chrono field, potentially you might see added benefits from the Space Displacer build just because of the added control, the added possibility of a stun as the boss is moving in towards your tower. But otherwise, I think that is all for today's video. Have a great week ahead, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!